This game being held in the same gym, the home court of the Thunderbirds, the team the Rebels lost to last night. Teams are on the floor getting ready to go. For the Runnin Rebels, it's the second five. It's the group of five that came in midway through the first quarter last night who will get the start, as Isaiah Cottrell and big Spencer Roberts for the opening tip. Isaiah wins it back to Jackie Johnson. And Jackie, who led the Rebels in scoring, moving from our right to left into the front court. He gives it to Parquet. Out to Shane Noel, who's on the floor, along with the big guard, as Keyshawn Hall has it on the block on the left side. Keyshawn backs in, bulls his way in, flips the ball up over his defender, and drops it down, and the Rebels have a 2-0 lead. Calgary quickly the other way. They like to run. Jackson Bales front court to Tezo, Jeffrey Tezo. Now to Parker Johnstone. Johnstone flips the ball across to Aiden Smith, and then a three by Smith is good, as the Rebels, who gave up a lot of open looks last night, give one up in the first possession. 3-2 Calgary early. 4 10-minute quarters under these FIBA rules, Curtis.
Yeah, that's an adjustment for the guys to have to make to be able, again, like we talked about yesterday, understand the rules and how the way the game is played.
Jackie Johnson had the ball knocked away, goes off the backboard, winds up in the hands of Keyshawn Hall. Isaiah Cottrell open for a three. He missed it, and the rebound comes to Calgary as now a charging call. Parker Johnstone running into and over Elijah Parquet. Nice defense by Elijah. And Rebels get the ball back, trailing 3-2, a minute in. As I said, 4 10-minute quarters. The thing that bothered the Rebels yesterday, the 4 10-minute quarters, the no media timeouts, and that, tuckered them out a little bit. They're not used to that. And then the 24-second shot clock, I think, bothered.
Yeah, again, a number of different things within the game that Rebels have to focus on. The three-point distance, that's another thing, especially on the wings and the corners when guys are stepping out of bounds. But again, so far, the Rebels don't have any trouble stepping in and trying to take charges.
Nice pass. Keyshawn Hall, bounce pass down the left side, hits Cottrell for the layup, and the Rebels go up 4-3. Into the front court, Tezo gives the ball right side to Bales. Bales, cross-court pass out to Johnstone. Johnstone left-handed, drives, kicks the ball to Roberts. Roberts, a 16-foot jumper, front iron, no good. Long rebound grab by Jackie Johnson. Comes in the front court. Drifts to the right, long three by Jackie is good. Nice shot. 7-3. He's got some range on him.
Yeah, and the kid he's always ready to play. I mean, regardless of the situation. Yesterday he was pushing the ball in transition. He was making plays defensively, and now in terms of in transition, pulling up and hitting the deep three.
Into the front court, Tezo, a jumper from about 14 feet, a one-hander goes in. 7-5 Rebels. As Jackie Johnson brings it up for UNLV. Man-to-man defense for Calgary. Parquet out top, hands to Noel. Shane a couple of dribbles now to Johnson. Johnson comes to the left, drives left side. Jackie underneath, right-handed layup. Beat the big man Roberts and lays it in.
Yeah, that's going to be a mismatch all day if they're able to use that high-angled pick and roll. Allow Jackie to get downhill against the bigs. They don't stand a chance.
9-5 Rebels. Aiden Smith, right side to Bales. Bales down low to Roberts. He's double-teamed. Kicks out for a three on the right side. That's off the back iron, no good. Nice job by Parquet to get position and take the rebound. Parquet has the ball knocked away, gets it back, flips it up ahead to Noel on the right side. Shane gives the ball to Cottrell in the right corner. Isaiah puts it on the floor, banging with Roberts in the lane, steps back, 13-foot fall away, back iron, no good. Under 7 to go here in the first quarter. Rebels lead 9-5. Johnson watching Tezo. Tezo has the ball knocked away, and Johnson steals it. Johnson down the lane. Johnson underneath, lays it up and in. Jackie, lightning quick. Now with 7 points, Rebels lead 11-5. Jackie was the best player on the floor for the Rebels yesterday. Ball right side out top in the hands of Smith. Smith to Johnstone. Back to Smith for a three. Back iron, no good. Roberts able to grab the rebound, but it's knocked away by Johnson. But it winds up in the hands of Tezo out top. Back to Roberts. Johnson deflects another pass. Bales back to Roberts. Roberts throws it away. Good help defense that time by Isaiah Cottrell, and Parquet comes away with it. 6:10 to go. Rebels off to a good start. Johnson, another very long three. That's too long, and Coach Kruger did not like that shot selection at all. Into the front court, Tezo. Tezo has the ball knocked away and stolen by Cottrell. Rebels defense has been much more effective here in the first quarter.
Yeah, much more effective, much more alert defensively, making sure that they're making the right reads and right recoveries.
Keyshawn Hall tries to drive, gets stopped, flips the ball back to Johnson. Jackie out top, comes to the right, tries a pick and roll, but a holding foul on Tezo as he grabbed on to Keyshawn Hall, and that's like trying to hold a cattle truck. but it's called. And the Rebels will switch out all 5, just as Kevin Kruger did last night.
Again, another line change here made by Coach Kruger. But the thing to notice and to point out is just the awareness defensively. Now, obviously, we talked about yesterday with the guys in the travel schedules, maybe being a little bit tired, the different rules in terms of international play and how that impacted the game. But so far in these first 4 minutes and 15 seconds, the guys have been alert, they've been aware, they're making the right rotations and reads, and they're not late like they were yesterday in the game.
New 5 in the game, Jordan McCabe kicks the ball left side to Rodriguez. Luis was good yesterday as well. Gives the ball to Keyshawn Gilbert. Keyshawn goes up for a shot and gets fouled. It would have been a tough shot, and Bales gets called for a reach-in. Calgary also making some substitutions. Tezo gets called for the foul, pardon me. And Keyshawn at the line shooting 2. 5:33 to go in the first quarter. Got to keep reminding myself to say quarter. Keyshawn misses the free throw. Rebels allowed UBC to shoot 27 free throws last night to 7 of their own. And a lot of those fouls were on jump shots.
Did they really allow them to, or were they afforded the opportunity to shoot 27 free throws?
They shot 27 free throws, however it happened.
However you want to cut the cake, right?
Keyshawn makes the second, so it's 12-5. But the point is they fouled a lot on jump shots, and that's something that was a point of emphasis.
And that's something that typically happens when you're tired, right? Just like you take a lot of long jump shots, you don't got the legs to get it there. But defensively, you get a little lax. You're not able to close out. You don't chop your steps. You make it easy for the opponent.
Parker Johnstone in the front court feeds Noah Wharton. Wharton, the captain, tries to drive and gets fouled. A blocking foul, I think, called on Jordan McCabe as Wharton tried to drive. Yeah, it is on McCabe. So 12-5 Rebels, 5:21 to go in the first quarter, and it'll be Calgary ball out of bounds, baseline right side. Johnstone off a double pick, but McCabe fights through it. They work the ball out to Calambe. He hands to Wharton. Wharton gets away from his man, drives, and then kicks the ball back out to Bales, but he traveled as he came through the lane. So the Rebel defense, very aggressive, and one of the points of emphasis was getting up into your man.
Yeah, and I think it goes, almost without being said. Coach Kruger obviously didn't lay into the guys like some maybe thought he was going to or expecting, but I think it shows that these guys really understand what they needed to do, and they didn't do last night because they're coming out and they're translating that here on the floor this evening.
Luis Rodriguez with the ball on the right side, out top to David Mooka. Jordan McCabe comes left side. Jordan drives. Jordan under the basket. Falling out of bounds. Throws the ball out top to Keyshawn Gilbert. Great pass. Catching and throwing it down to David Mooka, who throws it down himself for the slam dunk.
There's a heck of a tip pass there by Keyshawn to catch the ball in one motion, drop it down to David for the slam.
14-5 UNLV. Wharton gets banged as he goes out of bounds. Gets the ball out to Bales. Bales has it knocked away. Loose ball on the floor. And David Mooka dives for it. He can't control it. And David touched it with his foot. It'll be Calgary ball out of bounds. But great hustle. David might have tweaked something there as he fell down. He limping a little bit as he gets up, but I think he's all right. All right, so 14-5, 4.5 to go.
And again, just the activity on that possession. The ball's flying around. Multiple guys are trying to close out, getting passing lanes. So again, doing a lot of things tonight that they weren't doing yesterday throughout the course of the game. Some of that probably they're a little bit fresher.
Yep.
But they also know that they were let off easily last night in terms of not getting reamed by the coaching staff.
The message was delivered quietly, but it was delivered.
Oh, for sure.
Keyshawn Gilbert almost steals the inbounds pass. They work it to Bales. Bales out top left side. In the corner to Johnstone. Gets Rodriguez up in the air, puts up a one-hander, no good. Rebound taken. A travel wasn't called. McCabe tips the pass. It was an offensive rebound taken by Sabaliauskas, who's from Lithuania. Wharton gets the ball out top. Little guard tries to drive, gets stopped with 2 on the shot clock. Gets bumped, and then McCabe blocks his shot. And it is a 30-second or 24-second shot clock violation. Great defense by Jordan McCabe.
I don't know how many career blocks Jordan McCabe has, but that's got to be the best one of his career right there, being able to slide, contain the ball handler, drive and force him to the baseline, and go straight up and block a jump shot.
Sabaliauskas is the young man's name. All right, a timeout has been called by Calgary with 4:04 to go here in the first quarter. And the Rebels leading 14-5. We'll take a 60-second break. Runnin Rebels leading 14-5 in the first. You're listening to Runnin Rebel Basketball, UNLV Sports Network.
Fenway Toyota presents Runnin Rebels game action. John Sandler has the call.
4:04 to go in the first quarter. Runnin Rebels lead 14-5 with the basketball. Jordan McCabe will bring it up. McCabe into the front court, comes right side. McCabe all the way down the right side, kicks it out to Rodriguez, out top to Justin Webster, open for a three, in and out, no good. Mwoka fires the ball against the backboard, grabs it, feeds Rodriguez. Rodriguez kicks it out to Keyshawn Gilbert. Keyshawn drives, tries to dunk it. The ball goes out to the top of the key. Webster can't control, and Johnstone picks it up. One-handed baseball pass up ahead to Wharton, and then a three by Sabaliauskas is no good. Rebound tip taken by Webster. Webster up ahead to McCabe. A three from the left side for McCabe is short. Bales grabs the rebound for Calgary. We head back and forth. Calgary likes to run.
And, I didn't know Keyshawn could be any more active than what he was last year. But this kid, just tries to drive the lane and dunk on somebody's head, then sprints back and tries to contest a three-pointer. Energy is not something that he lacks on either end of the floor.
Luis Rodriguez bangs Wharton as he tried to drift down the lane on the left side. Foul on Luis. His first. Second on the Rebels. Leading 14-5 with 3:14 to go in the first quarter. And Isaiah Cottrell will check back in. And it'll be David Mwoka going to the bench.
I think it's also worth pointing out the difference in atmospheres in here tonight.
Yeah.
Versus last night versus tonight. Again, there's probably 300 people in here tonight. Last night there was over 2,000 easy, raucous, loud environment.
Aiden Smith tries to drive. Great defense by Justin Webster and forces a turnover as Smith lost the ball out of bounds. 3:05 to go. It remains 14-5 UNLV. Rebels haven't scored in a little while, but their defense has been outstanding. Rodriguez front court to McCabe. McCabe out top left side. Gets a pick from Cottrell. Curls to the top of the key. Gives the ball to Justin Webster. Webster cross court left side to Rodriguez. Down low to Cottrell. Cottrell goes baseline. Goes up strong. Puts it up and in, and a foul. Isaiah using quickness and strength under the basket there.
Yeah, and that's at least the third time tonight that the Rebels have made it a point of emphasis to throw the ball inside to the post player, let them operate out of there. Once time to Keyshawn Hall. Another one to David this time, obviously inside to Isaiah Cottrell. And that's something where you're going to have to try to mix that in a little bit. There was times last year when you threw it in Royce Ham, let him kind of operate, make the defense have a different look, also open up different driving lanes and kick-out lanes for your shooters.
So Isaiah, a chance for a three-point play, 16-5 UNLV. Jackie Johnson checks in for McCabe. Cottrell's free throw is good, 17-5. And Keyshawn Hall will check in for Justin Webster. It's obviously incredibly early, but I've been encouraged by what I've seen from Keyshawn Hall thus far.
Yeah. We talk about the kid's skilled. He's self-proclaimed big guard. Yeah. But he can do so many different things on the court, and he's going to provide a mismatch every time he's out there on both ends.
Wharton with the basketball, little guard, backing away from Cottrell. Wharton cross-court pass in the corner to Smith. Smith, a three is good. Nice shot. As Hall couldn't quite get out there in time. 17-8. That snaps about a 5.5-minute scoring drought that Calgary was in. Keyshawn Gilbert to Cottrell out top. Cottrell down the right side, kicks the ball out to Hall. Keyshawn into the lane at the elbow, now steps back, and a 16-foot jumper might have been blocked, might have been fouled, but
was definitely a bad shot, though.
It was not a good shot. Sabaliauskas drives left side. Sabaliauskas blocked from behind, but he got fouled. See who they call it on. And he'll go to the line and shoot free throws. Fourth team foul, or third team foul of the Rebels. Remember, after 5 each quarter, it's 2 free throws on any foul.
And that's one thing we're going to continue to see with the Rebels. I mean, as this team continues to evolve and their offense is going to evolve and they're going to put more of the playbook in, is guys understanding passing and cutting, not standing and ball watching, creating space, creating movement. But those are all things that, again, you've got to get comfortable knowing what your teammate likes to do. In this case, Keyshawn Hall is probably going to try to attack off the dribble, try to create something. Isaiah Cottrell likes to pick and pop out to the three-point line and get his jump shot. Guys just have to continue to get familiar with each other, but also what they're going to be asked to do on the floor.
Both free throws are made, 17-10. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Luis Rodriguez on the left side, out top to Gilbert. Keyshawn going to drive, comes in the lane, gets banged twice, puts it off the glass, no good. Definitely Rebels getting also a sense of what officiating might be like on the road.
Oh, yeah. They'll get a lot of this on the Mountain West.
Canadian officials, put it that way. A three from Johnstone from the corner is good. That's 3 threes for Calgary, and I think Kevin Kruger has seen enough of that as he calls a timeout, 17-13, with 1:31 to go here in the first quarter, and we'll take another 60-second timeout. 17-13, Rebels lead. You're listening to Runnin' Rebel Basketball on the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield.
Hello, Las Vegas. Hello, sunset over the Strip and early mornings hiking Mount Charleston. Hello, weekends browsing the Arts District and Saturdays cheering on UNLV football. Hello, catching that 40-pound striped bass in Lake Mead. Spectacular air shows at Nellis. And an afternoon as a family at Craig Ranch. Hello, wandering Water Street in Henderson. The view from the walkway of Hoover Dam, and seeing the fossils at Tule Springs. Hello to everything that makes you so unique, Las Vegas. Plus, everything you share in common with other communities. We're Intermountain Healthcare, and we're here to be a part of your Las Vegas life. More importantly, we're here to help you live an even healthier one. Intermountain Healthcare, official healthcare partner of UNLV Athletics.
Runnin' Rebel Basketball is presented by Fenway Toyota. Now back to John Sandler.
All right, Rebels with the ball up 17-13 as Calgary has gone on a 5-0 run. In the front court, Parquet back in the game, steps back and shoots a three straight away and knocks it down. Boy, the Rebels needed that. Nice physical play by Parquet to get himself open, 20-13 with 1:10 to go. Johnstone pushes off, no call. As I said, and now Luis Rodriguez says, fine, I'll just take the ball away from you. Luis into the front court. Luis down the left side, lays it up too strong. Isaiah Cottrell, great rebound, feeds Parquet. Nice pass underneath to Keyshawn Hall. Hall has his shot blocked. Cottrell is there for the putback. That's more offensive rebounds in one sequence than the Rebels got all night last night.
Yeah, no, and again, the activity is there on both ends of the floor. The steal by Luis Rodriguez, getting out in transition, multiple offensive rebounds. Again, the guys are playing with that effort and energy. Oh, God.
Sabaliauskas tries to drive and lay it in, and Elijah Parquet says, not butter, Parquet, as he knocked that one out of bounds.
Ooh, I see what you did there, John.
40 seconds to go, 22-13 Runnin' Rebels.
Should have said, I can't believe it's not butter.
That wasn't the commercial.
But it's, I know, you got to mix it up a little bit.
All right, Wharton inbound, throws it out top to Callambay. Callambay to Johnstone, top of the key. He gets it over to Sabaliauskas, shoots a three, back iron, no good. Webster high in the air for the rebound. And Justin quickly into the front court, feeds Keyshawn Hall. Keyshawn down the left side. Keyshawn should have laid it up, kicks it out to Parquet, now to Johnson. Jackie alone for a three, missed it by a big margin, barely grazed iron. And now the Dinos will play for the final shot with 15 seconds to go, and the Rebels leading 22-13. Webster. And now they switch. Wharton cross-court pass to Sabaliauskas for a three, no good. Rebound tipped, taken by the Rebels' Jackie Johnson. Jackie with 1 second to go. Flying down the court, lays it up, no good. I can't believe he got from the opposing
under the basket with 4 seconds.
With 4 seconds to go and got down the court in time for a layup.
Through traffic.
And just basically missed the layup. He actually had it. So that's the end of the first quarter, 22-13, as Jackie Johnson just flying down the court but couldn't convert. 22-13, the Rebels lead after one. We'll be back after this on the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield. Start of the second quarter, and Calgary with the ball. Rebels leading 22-13. Wharton with the basketball. Gives it out to Vucenovic, who's in the game for the first time. Matej Vucenovic, and a whistle away from the ball. Maybe a clock malfunction. Calgary with the ball back. Beginning of the second quarter, we want to thank the great folks at Bell Limousine and Buses. Go to belllimousine.com the next time you need a limo, SUV, charter, or party bus like Curtis likes.
We're going to double down on that party bus.
belllimousine.com. All right, Vucenovic with the ball to Smith. Aiden Smith drives, kicks it to Sabaliauskas, cutting from the weak side on the baseline. Nice play, and he lays it in. 22-15 Rebels with 9:35 to go. First possession of the second quarter. Jackie Johnson gives the ball to Newell, out top to Webster, back to Jackie. This is the starting group. Keyshawn Hall over to Parquet. Parquet fakes the three. He's hit the only three for the Rebels in the game thus far. Actually, no, Jackie has one. Jackie drives, lost the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Unforced error there. Jackie, it is humid in this gym.
It's moist in this gym for sure.
had the ball slip out of his fingers due to that moistness.
And that's the first turnover of the night for the Rebels. And looking at the stat sheet after the first quarter, the Rebels forced 8 turnovers. They got 4 steals, and they scored 12 points off those 8 turnovers. So, again, defensively, much better effort, much better focused effort for the Rebels.
Smith to Wharton against the sideline on the left side. Better off defense there. Bales open for a very long 3, missed it, but a long rebound goes to Vucinovic. Wharton drives, lays it up, no good, and then a foul underneath. And I think the foul on Parquet on the drive, a very late whistle. After the rebound, the foul was called on the shot, on the layup. So with exactly 1 minute gone in the period, a chance to cut into this 7-point Runner Rebel lead for Noah Wharton, who's the team captain. He makes the free throw. Keyshawn Gilbert will check in if this free throw is made, along with David Muoka. Second free throw also good. So 22-17. Keyshawn Hall going to the bench along with Shane Noel. And Muoka and Gilbert in, along with Johnson, Webster, and Parquet. 22-17 Rebels. Under 9 to go here in the second quarter. Jackie Johnson to Justin Webster, out top to Keyshawn Gilbert, back to Jackie. Jackie dribbling out top, comes to the top of the key, over to Webster. Justin fires a 3, no good. Muoka, nice job grabbing the rebound. David goes up strong with the left hand, that's no good. But Justin Webster slides in for the putback.
Okay, Jay Webb, missing 3, and then crashing the glass for offensive putback. Not something you see out of Justin Webster every day, but again, doing more than what you're asked to do is always a good thing.
24-17, Smith out top right side. Comes down the right side, gets stopped by the Rebels. Smith to a cutting Bales. Then the ball deflected, knocked away by Keyshawn Gilbert, taken by Webster. Another turnover forced by the Rebels. Webster out top, open for a 3, and he knocks it down.
And if I'm Justin Webster, those are the kind of looks I'm looking for. Again, he's got to be uber aggressive to try to find shots in transition, spotting up, anywhere he can get them.
In the front court, Smith on the right wing. Smith kicks the ball out to Wharton. 27-17 Rebels. Wharton drives. Wharton kicks the ball to Bales out top to Sabaliauskas, who just bowls over Justin Webster. Great effort by Justin to get in front, and the charge called. With 7:58 to go, the Rebels get the ball back. And this defensive effort and energy is so much better.
And I'm just sitting here as we're across from the benches in the scoring table. As we look behind the UNLV bench, you've got the team from last night, the UBC Thunderbirds are in the building. I'm just curious if they're thinking like, wow, we got away with them because they caught the guys on a bad night. I mean, a lot of time in the airport and a lot of time on their feet. Because, again, right now, the guys are just flying around. They're playing with that effort. They're focused. They're making those rotations. Again, the things that they didn't do last night, they're doing tonight, and it's showing in the score.
All right. Ball was kicked, so the Rebels have the ball in the front court. McCabe back in the game, gets it ball to Rodriguez. Now to Keyshawn Gilbert on the right side. Keyshawn to the elbow, into the lane. Keyshawn, a little floater, is good, and a foul. What a nice under-control play by Keyshawn Gilbert, getting in the lane for the bucket.
And again, I could sit here and talk about Keyshawn and the strides he's made since last season, missing that shot in the conference tournament. But it just goes without being said. I mean, the kid, he's focused. He wants to be as good as he possibly can. He wants to be great in everything that he does, and it really shows. The kid's he's focused, he's determined. It's good to see him making these kind of strides on the basketball court.
He missed the free throw, 29-17. Bales in the front court on the left side. Rebels with a 12-point lead, 7.5 to go in the second quarter. Ball right side to Robertson. Or Johnstone, pardon me. Kicks the ball to Wharton, now top Sabaliauskas. He shoots a 3, and the Rebels commit another foul, closing out on a 3-pointer. Jordan McCabe fouling Sabaliauskas, giving him 3 free throws. They did it, 3 times last night?
At least twice on Sandu.
Yeah. And Sabaliauskas with 3 free throws, 29-17 Rebels. And something they're going to have to learn, because the style of defense the Rebels play, they will leave guys open on the weak side, on the non-ball side, because of their aggressive effort on the ball side.
Right.
So you've got to learn to close out without fouling.
You've got to learn to close out. You've got to learn to close out, chop your steps, hands high, no middle drive, and then you've got to trust. Keyword is trust, that your teammate is going to be there if the ball does get skipped. If you do get beat on that drive baseline, he's going to come across, wall up outside the block, and then that's when that skip pass comes, you're going to turn around and do it again. So that's why in the shell drill defense, those rotations are so important. I mean, you start in 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 progressions into that. Make sure that you're in the right spots because, again, if you don't trust in this defense, you're never going to be successful. Last night, they did not trust each other.
Sabaliauskas made all three, so it's 27-20. Keyshawn Gilbert kicks the ball out to Parquet, right side to McCabe for a three. Back iron, no good. Mwoka controls the rebound, throws it back out to McCabe. Now right side, Keyshawn Gilbert. He shoots a three, in and out, no good. Mwoka's there for the putback. David Mwoka controlling the boards, 31-20. It was 29-20. 31-20, Rebels lead by 11. Wharton to Tezo, who's back in the game, starting guard. Tezo bounces down low to Big Roberts. Roberts double team. Roberts back out to Tezo. They work it around to Johnstone. Johnstone drives. Johnstone underneath has the shot blocked from behind by It's Not Butter Parquet, but it goes to Sabaliauskas, who knocks down a three from the right corner.
And aside from that, making the three off the offensive rebound, that was a picture-perfect defensive effort. You have a baseline drive, you come across, weak side skip, you got the rotations. Again, that's how you're supposed to play it.
Luis Rodriguez knocks down a three the other way to answer, 34-23. Runnin' Rebels with 6:15 to go in the second quarter. Sabaliauskas in the front court. Right side to Johnstone. Johnstone with Parquet watching him. Bounces down low to Roberts. Roberts, probably 6'10", 270. Feeds it to Sabaliauskas underneath. He missed the layup. Good defense. And the rebound to Mwoka feeds Gilbert. Keyshawn front court. Left side to Rodriguez. Steps back, doesn't take the three. Back to Keyshawn, out to McCabe. Jordan will take the three. He missed it. And now a foul on Luis Rodriguez, trying to steal the ball in the backcourt.
And the other thing to point out with this defense, again, they're making the right rotations, they're making the right reads. But the other thing is that these guys are talking. We talked about this last night. The players are on the floor are the ones calling out these rotations. They're talking. I'm midline. I'm weak side. I'm coming across a double. They're talking when they on the cross-court skip pass of who they're recovering to. That's what's making it easier for them to guard, because even if you don't see it, you have an idea of where you need to head to or where your teammate's heading.
All right, 34-23 Rebels. Calgary the ball, 5:40 to go. Wharton on the right side. Wharton brings it out top to Smith. Smith left side, Tezo. Tezo drives. Tezo cross-court pass and a charge called on Tezo. Jumping in the air. Parquet is there to take the charge before the pass could reach Johnstone in the opposite corner.
That's another thing that's it's pretty invigorating to see, is that there's this many guys on the team that are willing to step up and take charges. Typically you only have like one, maybe two guys.
Keyshawn, Luis, Parquet, Shane Noel.
Yeah, Jackie Johnson stepping in there.
Yep.
I mean, you've got multiple guys. Justin Webster did it last night. You've got multiple guys on this team that are doing it. On typical years, you got one, maybe two guys. You've got 5 or 6 that are willing to do that. Sacrifice their body. That's going to be huge, especially when you get deeper into the basketball season. 5:25
to go, 34-23, Rebels with the lead. Keyshawn Gilbert out top left side. Top of the key to Cottrell, who's back in the game. Now Jackie Johnson. Jackie comes middle of the floor, now down the left side. Jackie underneath, high off the glass and in. Jackie Johnson just absolutely aggressive and under control. In the front court, Johnstone back out to Wharton. 36-23 Rebels, 5 minutes to play. Wharton down the right side, cross-court pass to Bales, and a ball knocked away and stolen, then a foul called on Jackson Bales as he was frustrated as he had the ball knocked out of his hands and then reached and grabbed the Rebels as they headed up the floor. 4:57 to go as Columbine replaces Angar William, who was in the game for the first time. Trying to keep track of all these names, and a lot of players on the Calgary and UBC teams. All right, Keyshawn Gilbert into the front court. 4:50 to go. Rebels up 36-23, biggest lead of the game. Parquet out top. Right side to Jackie Johnson, waiting for a pick from Cottrell. Jackie, middle of the floor. Drifts left. Throws a hook pass behind him to Parquet. Parquet down low to Cottrell, facing the basket on the right side. Cottrell spins in the lane, puts it off the glass just a little too hard. Bales comes away with a rebound and feeds Wharton. Wharton front court. Wharton over to Bales, open for a three from the right side. He missed it. Long rebound, deflected, and taken by Wharton, way out top. Wharton into the lane, over to Smith. He's wide open. He missed the three. Cottrell rebounds, feeds Parquet. Parquet quickly in the front court. Calgary back on defense. Parquet weaving his way through, got fouled, and an off-balance shot no good. He'll go to the line and shoot two. 4:10 to go as Keyshawn Hall and Jordan McCabe will check back in for UNLV. And Elijah Parquet, an all Pac-12 defensive player, go to the line and shoot 2. 36-23. Runnin Rebels with the lead.
So you got a couple guys built on this team built like football players. I mean, just the shoulders that some of these kids.
Parquet, Noel.
Shane Noel.
I mean, Parquet could be a free safety.
Luis Rodriguez as well. I mean, you talk about guys that, geez, they don't just lift the weights, they eat the weights.
Timeout on the floor with the Rebels up 36-23 late here in the second quarter. You're listening to Runnin Rebel Basketball on the UNLV Sports. Hey, fans, we want to send a big thank you out to Thomas Dermatology, the full-service dermatological facility, specializing in both cosmetic dermatology and skin cancer surgery. Also offer a full suite of med spa services like laser hair removal, tattoo removal, body contouring, and custom facials. Schedule an appointment at www.thomasderm.com or by calling 430-5333. 430-5333. That's Thomas Dermatology. Isaiah Cottrell, or check that, Parquet makes 1 of 2. 37-23. 4:05 to go. And Parquet goes to the bench as Justin Webster checks back in. And Keyshawn Hall, Parquet. Wharton out top, gives the ball to Smith, drives down the left side. Hook pass out to Johnstone to Wharton. He launches a 3, long, no good. And the rebound to Justin Webster. Keyshawn Gilbert into the front court quickly. Keyshawn right corner to McCabe. McCabe brings it back out top to Gilbert. Keyshawn running the point with Johnson and McCabe out there. Keyshawn tries to drive, spins, comes in the lane, cross court to McCabe, fakes the 3, comes baseline right side, and lost the ball out of bounds.
I mean, Jordan's going to still have to continue to shoot the basketball. I mean, that's one thing. Again, obviously last year we saw when he can get hot and make shots, it's great, but there was times where he would miss and kind of shelter away from it. He's missed a handful here already, but he's got to continue to shoot the open ones.
Wharton stopped. Nice help defense by Keyshawn Hall. Pass underneath to Colombe, and a foul called on Keyshawn Hall for blocking the ball out of bounds. Welcome to Canada. Keyshawn just laughing. All right, Keyshawn got absolutely 100% basketball there. So Colombe at the line shooting 2. Misses the first. 37-23 Runnin Rebels with 3:25 to go in the second quarter. Stay tuned at halftime. You'll hear more from some of these players. Chance for them to introduce themselves to you. Both free throws missed. Nice job, Keyshawn Gilbert going high in the air to grab the rebound. And he'll bring it up. Gives the ball to McCabe. Out top Johnson. Left side Gilbert. Keyshawn to Keyshawn Hall. Big Key as they call him. Big Key drives. Big Key underneath. Gets his man in the air. Got fouled. It wasn't called. And the layup was short. Keyshawn looks at the ref and says, when the guy jumps and then lands on me, that's a foul. The ref says, not here. Johnstone out to Wharton. Wharton gets rid of Jackie Johnson, shoots a 3 and hits it. Jackie overly aggressive there. First basket for Calgary in a while. 37-26. 3:45 to go in the second quarter. Jackie sets his man up, Wharton. Kicks the ball to McCabe in the left side. Jordan working on Johnstone. Comes in the lane. Off-balance shot. Just a really poor shot by Jordan McCabe. It was an air ball. Johnstone the other way. Gives the ball to Bales out top. Now to Wharton right side. Wharton. Cross-court pass to Smith. Smith, a 3 from the corner is good. So 6 straight points for Calgary, and Kevin Kruger calls timeout as the Rebels found themselves all standing there with their hands down, and that allowed that pass to get through the lane. 37-29. We'll take another timeout late here in the second quarter. 6-0 run for Calgary to cut it back to single digits. You're listening to Runnin Rebel Basketball from Learfield. Fans, remember the Rebel football team getting back to Allegiant Stadium. The Rebels open the season against Idaho State inside beautiful Allegiant Stadium on Saturday, August 27th. A week from Saturday. Wow. Visit UNLVtickets.com or call 739-FANS for more information. UNLV football at Allegiant Stadium, August the 27th.
You going to go to the game?
I will not be in town.
Okay. So that means you're not coming to my birthday then? Gosh, John. I thought we were so far past this, but I guess not. One step forward, 2 steps back, guys.
When your mom didn't invite me to your 5th birthday, that caused a problem, and we're still getting over it.
I've heard that from multiple people.
Yeah, okay.
And Patty's listening tonight, too, so you better watch what you say about my mother.
Oh, it wasn't her fault. Shane Noel drives to the Rebels. Muoka grabs a loose ball, gets it back to Shane. He goes up strong, no good. Goes up again and got fouled, and the bucket. Shane Noel using that football strength underneath to drive it home on the offensive putback, 39-29 with 1:58 to go here in the second quarter. Rebels up by 10, had a 13-point lead before Calgary knocked down 2 threes. And Noel at the line trying to convert the old-fashioned three-point play, which he does. Smooth left-handed free throw. Roberts will check back in. So 40-29 UNLV with 1:57 to go. Let's see if the Rebels can finish strong here in the second quarter. Keyshawn Gilbert hounding Wharton as he comes up the floor, keeping him on that left side. Wharton, dribbling around out top, bounces across to Smith, back to Wharton, still a long way from the basket. Wharton drives, gets stopped again, cross court to Smith. Smith shoots a high arcing three, front iron no good. Rebound tipped all the way out top to Wharton. Wharton down the left side, the right wing to Johnstone. His three's an air ball or just barely grazed iron. And David Mooka grabs the rebound. Great defense out top by the Rebels.
Yeah, I wonder if Keyshawn Gilbert got his business card printed in French for this trip to hand out to the guys.
That's the other side of Canada. Nice pass underneath. Noel to Mooka, and all Johnstone can do is grab David's arm. He'll go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. 1:18 to go in the first half. 40-29, Rebels lead. Jackie Johnson will check back in. Keyshawn will go to the bench. Boy, it's just an entirely different Rebel team than the one we saw last night. I mean, it's
and you kind of expected that again. And like I said, I can be the biggest homer for UNLV basketball, but I'm also very realistic. It was a terrible performance last night on both ends of the floor. The coaches knew that. The players knew that. That's an air ball by David Wilk from the free throw line. I'm very realistic. But again, I think there was a lot of different factors that went into that performance. And again, you see the guys got a good night's sleep. They had a couple good meals a day. They watched some film. They got here early enough to get a good warm-up in. And so they're playing much better basketball. And this is typically more what we're going to see from these guys, just in terms of the focus, the effort. And I don't know how you go from an air ball that's 2 feet short, 4 feet wide.
Well, that's what it's last night to tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
David was just representing that.
I'm just showing you this is what we did. This is who we are.
Exactly. He switched the second one. 41-29 with 1:15 to go here in the second quarter. Johnson hounding Wharton as he brings it up the floor, picks up the dribble. That's a mistake. Flips it over to Bales, who loses the handle, but it goes right back to Wharton. And then Jackie gets called for reaching in. And 2 free throws coming up for Wharton because that's the 5th team foul on the Rebels.
And I understand Wharton. He's turning around, looks at his bench, like, what? Palms up, like, what am I supposed to do? These guys are hounding me full court. I got nowhere to go. I can't dribble. It's okay, young man. There's multiple guys have had that kind of pressure applied to them by Keyshawn Gilbert and now obviously by Jackie Johnson.
Wharton shooting 2. Knocks down the first one. Rebels off tomorrow. They will practice.
Practice? We're talking about practice?
And then there's
not a game, but practice.
There's a team dinner. And the second one rolls out. Mooka grabs the rebound and feeds Johnson. 41-30 with a minute to go. Jackie comes middle of the floor, got grabbed by Wharton, and they call the foul. Jackie will shoot 2 free throws.
It's funny. I was talking to Coach Kevin Kruger before the game, and we were talking. He's asked if I ever went on a foreign trip, and I was like, yeah, I came to Vancouver, but I didn't get to go to Australia. I'm still mad at your dad for that. But he mentioned that when his dad's teams go on foreign trips, they didn't practice. He's like, you just go, you have fun, you play, do stuff. And Kevin was like, no, we're going to practice. And I think it's contrasting styles, but I don't think Lon ever had a team where you had to rebuild your whole roster.
No.
So, again, Coach Kevin Kruger and his staff, they're not being dictators, but they just want their guys to be able to take advantage of the opportunities to learn because you get limited chances to teach. And after this trip, you don't get to teach them for another couple weeks.
Calgary hustles the ball up the floor, but a hustling Justin Webster gets in the passing lane as they tried to get the ball out to Bales for a 3. And Justin, racing down the floor, knocks the ball out of bounds. Great deflection. Jackie made one of the 2 free throws, 42-30, with 49 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Wharton inbound, gives it to Roberts, out top to Sabaliauskas. Sabaliauskas drives, and they're going to call a foul. Wow. Yeah. That must be some sort of foreign exchange program foul. The Rebels just playing defense there. Just 3 Rebels converging on him. They called a push.
Somebody had to foul him. I mean, if there's 3 guys.
There's 3 guys. There had to be a foul.
Somebody had to foul.
That was unfair.
They say life's not fair,
First free throw is no good. 42-30 with 44 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Second free throw is good. Rebels still without E.J. Harkless, still without, of course, Vic Iwako. Neither will begin to practice in earnest until September. And Johnson in the front court, 42-31. Rebels by 11 with 30 seconds to go. Mooka to Justin Webster. Justin comes top of the key. Justin shoots a three. In and out, no good. Roberts there for the rebound for Calgary. And about a 1.5 second difference between the shot clock and game clock as Wharton, hounded by Johnson, brings in the front court. They're going to play for a final shot. Wharton just dribbling out top with 10 seconds, with 8 on the clock, 7. Wharton, hook pass over to Smith. Smith, a 2 from the left side is no good. Rebound tipped twice. Justin Webster picks it up. Webster a 3 at the buzzer off the glass, no good, and that's the way the half ends. A significant improvement for the Runnin Rebels, an 11-point halftime.
Yeah, night and day difference. Great effort by the Rebels coming out of the locker room at the start of the game. Again, continuing through that second quarter. But now let's see what they can do in the second half. It's always again to be important to continue to build on what you've done.
Absolutely, but a much improved effort at both ends of the floor. 42-31, the Rebels with 11-point lead at halftime. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to hear more from this new Runnin Rebel team, more players introducing themselves to you on our halftime show. Rebels up 42-31 at halftime. You're listening to Runnin Rebel Basketball on the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield. We are ready to go here in the third quarter, 10 minutes on the clock. Jackie Johnson will bring it up. Jackie into the front court. Gives the ball to Parquet, out top Noel. Back to Jackie. Now to Mooka, top of the key. Jackie comes to get the basketball, comes middle of the floor. Jackie going to drive left side. Jackie gets banged, puts it off the glass and in. He's so strong, he can withstand the contact and lay it in. Jackie now with 12 points to lead all scorers, and it's 44-31. Bales front court. Bales on the left side. Throws it out top to Roberts. Roberts, as Smith traveled, starting his dribble there. And the Rebels force a turnover and get the ball back, up 13 in the first 30 seconds here of the third quarter. Not only is are the Rebels much more active, the coaching staff much more active. You mentioned that. I think last night they kind of did that on purpose.
Yeah.
They kind of sat back and said, okay, guys, let's see
what you're going to do.
Yeah.
But I also think at the same time, these assistant coaches, they got to figure out, like, who's going to be that guy on the bench? Who's going to be the yeller? Who's going to be the encourager, the motivator?
Jackie Johnson gets a nice pass from David Mooka and throws in a 3 from the deep right corner. 47-31 Rebels. Bales out to Roberts. Roberts to Sabaliauskas. Sabaliauskas down the left side, gets stopped by Mooka. Stops, fall away jumper. That rolls out. Nice rebound by Keyshawn Hall. Big Key flying up the left side into the front court. All the way in the lane.
Oh, yeah.
Puts up with the right hand and in, and a foul. What a play by the big man. I mean, you look at Keyshawn Hall and you think to yourself, okay, he's got the size. He can back you down. He can do some of that. He just went length of the floor and in an acrobatic move, switching hands for the reverse layup.
He is light on his feet. I mean, DJ Khaled would call that a major key. I can see.
And he converts the three-point play, 50-31. So the Rebels score the first 8 points here in the third quarter. Smith in the front court on the left wing, watched by Noel. Smith out top to Wharton. Wharton's going to shoot a 3 over Mooka. It's short, long rebound, and a foul called away from the basket, away from the ball. Keyshawn Hall pushing Roberts. Those two guys matching up size-wise. Keyshawn kind of pushing Roberts out of bounds. That probably doesn't happen very much to him.
No.
Big kid with a great dad.
Two big kids
there. Roberts catches a pass out top, gives it to Bales. Bales comes down the left side. Pass right side in the corner to Wharton. Wharton on the baseline, throws that out to Roberts. Roberts in the lane, has his shot deflected, blocked by Mooka. Roberts able to run it back down, gives it to Sabaliauskas, who shoots a 3 at the buzzer and knocks it down. Really good defense, but Sabaliauskas able to knock down the 3, 50-34 with 8:10 to go. Johnson drives, throws a lob to Mooka. David goes high in the air to catch it. Gives the ball to Parquet. Parquet drives back to Mooka for the slam dunk, but he was fouled. The ball ricochets off the back of the rim. Great ball movement and hustle there by Mooka, and great ball movement by the Rebels. They'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, if we're going to call wait, let me check this for you.
Roberts, you're talking about, or Sabaliauskas?
If we're going to call, Wharton 6 foot, they're saying. But that means you're saying Jackie's 5'11". I've got a hard time with both those measurements there.
You know what?
I'm just saying these are little guys on little guys. But hey.
Yeah. Jackie, he's Short of stature, but boy, is he strong. And,
Kid's an athlete.
It's
just
pretty
not,
remarkable.
Doesn't have much height, but he gets it done on the court.
David comes up short on the free throw. Second one, front iron, no good. So he missed them both. 50-34 Rebels. Quickly the pass in the front court. Bales on the right side. Bales drives, cross-court pass to Smith. Smith goes baseline, gets stopped, kicks the ball out to Wharton. Rebels do a good job recovering. Cross-court pass to Bales. Bales, another cross-court pass to Smith. High-arcing threes and air ball. Bales is there and gets fouled. Johnson tried to grab the ball, but grabbed Bales on the arm. And Jackie commits the foul. 7:45 to go. Rebels lead 50-34.
And one thing we're going to continue to see, and hopefully these guys improve on. I mean, obviously, Coach Kevin Kruger wants guys to take the high side, want to force everything down on the floor. But in terms of when they're playing these guys, they're not so much squared up head on. They're more taking a high angle, almost too high of an angle to allow that straight line drive. So these guys got to adjust and say, okay, I'm not going to give you that straight line drive. I'm going to cut into your hip a little bit and force you more to the baseline. So, again, just getting more comfortable with the coverages, allowing your big guy that time to get over there to stop those drives off those pick and rolls when you're forcing them down. Just small things that you're going to continue to see these guys get better at.
50-36 as both free throws were made. Shane Noel in the front court to Parquet. Left side to Johnson, long way from the basket. Jackie comes down the left side, throws it out to Hall. Right corner to Noel for a three, and that's no good. And a foul's going to be called on Bales, pushing off on Parquet, battling for the rebound. Good hustle by Elijah. Rebel ball out of bounds with a 14-point lead, 7:25 to go. Keyshawn Gilbert will check in. And Jackie Johnson goes to the bench. Jeff Tazo back in, and Bales goes to the bench for Calgary. Keyshawn inbound baseline left side. 14 on the shot clock. 7:25 to go in the quarter. Keyshawn throws a lob to Mwoka. Mwoka got pushed. No call. Ball went off his hand. Sabaliauskas front court. Sabaliauskas hounded by Gilbert. Into Roberts. Roberts back to the basket. Back out to Sabaliauskas. Shoots a three. No good. Mwoka grabs the rebound and feeds Keyshawn. Keyshawn quickly in the front court right side. Now middle of the floor. Keyshawn in the left corner to Keyshawn Hall. Hall fakes the three and then loses the ball out of bounds on the dribble. One of the things Keyshawn Hall is going to learn is at this level, you can't just dribble. You can't take that much time to set yourself up. You either got to make a decision and go or get rid of the basket.
Yeah, you got to catch and go, catch and shoot, catch and pass. I mean, there's no other options. You just got to make sure that you're more determined and more conviction on what you're going to do.
Tazo gets stopped by Hall, feeds Wharton out top. Wharton drives. Wharton runs into Parquet and makes the basket, and a blocking foul on Parquet. I don't know if he was in the circle or he also, I think, flopped a little bit there. Just didn't help himself. That cuts the lead to 12, so the Rebels went on a 8-0 run and have now seen Calgary go on a 7-0 run. And now a chance to cut it back to the halftime margin, which was 11. Hall, Parquet go to the bench. Luis Rodriguez and Justin Webster check in for the Rebels. 6:41 to go in the third quarter, leading by 12. And Wharton trying to cut it to 11, which was the halftime margin. He does so. So each team on an 8-0 run here in the third quarter. And we're back to an 11-point game. Gilbert, right side to Webster, brings it out top, across to Noel. Noel one dribble back to Keyshawn out top right side. Keyshawn middle of the floor, splits a double team to Noel on the right wing. Shane, cross-court pass to Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes baseline, double clutch, and gets fouled. Thought about the dunk. Roberts came over and stopped him, and then Rodriguez brought the ball back down. And when he did, Roberts got him on the arm. And they're going to give Luis Rodriguez free throws here, even though the only way Luis could get the ball in the basket was from the bottom of the basket. Yeah, now they've switched it. It's not a shooting foul. Keyshawn will take the ball out of bounds right side on the baseline. Gilbert to Rodriguez on the wing. Luis rises up for a three. Back iron, no good. Mwoka times the jump perfectly. Feeds Webster. Justin Webster's three is no good. Tipped by Mwoka, and Sabaliauskas comes away with it. So the Rebels had two good looks at three, couldn't knock him down. And it remains 50-39. In the front court, Smith on the left side. Out top to Wharton. Wharton comes down the left side, gets stopped by Muoka. Out to Sabaliauskas. Sabaliauskas, 14-foot baseline jumper as he got away from Webster, knocks it down, and now it's a 9-point Rebel lead. McCabe has checked in for the Rebels as he replaces Noel. Keyshawn Gilbert in the front court. Rebels haven't scored in about 4 minutes. Keyshawn down the right side. Keyshawn, double clutch off the glass, no good. They score now as Muoka with the slam dunk on the putback, 52-41. 5:25 to go. Sabaliauskas and Tezo passing it back and forth. Tezo out top left side. Keyshawn all over him. Tezo bounces to Roberts, top of the key. Now to Wharton. Wharton backs away from Webster. Shoots over him from three. No good. Rebound Muoka. Feeds Gilbert. You hear the Rebel coaches yelling, go, go, go. Keyshawn front court. He'll shoot a three. Got knocked down, and a chance for a 4-point play as he made the three. Sabaliauskas with the foul. 55-41.
I mean, a year ago, not even a year ago, 6 months ago, that's not a shot that Keyshawn Gilbert even thinks about taking.
He's worked so hard.
Oh, my gosh. It's remarkable the amount of work that this kid's put in. And again, as athletes, what you're supposed to do and when you get better individually is in the offseason. But the strides that this kid has taken with his jump shot, and that takes nothing but effort and repetition. You can get bored doing it, but he's came in every day and consistently improved on his rotation on the ball, on his balance, just having the confidence step up there and knock down shots, and it's great to see it paying off for him.
Unable to convert the free throw, however, so it's 55-41. In the front court, Wharton goes baseline left side, splits a double team, but throws it off the bottom of the glass. But it goes right in the hands of Angar William, and that's the only way he's going to get it. And he lays it in. 55-43. Gilbert front court has it knocked away from behind by Wharton, but able to get it back. He feeds Rodriguez at the top of the key. Nice no-look pass down to David Muoka for the left-handed layup. 57-43. Quickly up ahead, Bales. Bales comes down the right side, gives it out top to Sabaliauskas. Pass inside to William. William has the ball knocked away, gets it back. Doesn't want any part of it. Feeds Wharton out top. Wharton down the right side. Cross-court pass Bales. Bales a three from the corner is good. Nice shot. McCabe late getting out there. 57-46. 4 minutes to go in the quarter. Back to an 11-point lead. So the Rebels build it to 16, 15, and then immediately Calgary able to cut it back to 11. Rodriguez a three straight away. Is good. Luis Rodriguez answers. He's going to be really good. He's going to be really good. So Sabaliauskas out top left side to Bales. Bales on the wing, out top William. Right side Wharton. Wharton going to drive on the right side. Got banged from behind by Webster. Easy call. Or are they going to call it a Muoka? No, they call it on Justin from behind. And free throws coming up for Wharton. Rebels will bring in Johnson, Hall, and Parquet. Webster, McCabe, and Muoka to the bench. Rebels back in action Friday night. We will travel about an hour and a half east of here to Abbotsford and take on the University of Fraser Valley. Should be a beautiful drive.
I'm looking forward to looking at the scenery.
Yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous around here. Free throw is good.
That it is, though. It does remind me, again, me being from Tacoma. I mean, just the scenery here reminds me a lot of Seattle-Tacoma area. Obviously, the fresh air, clear blue skies, being on the water. So, no, it's definitely nice to be back in this neck of the woods, even though we're just north of the border.
Wharton made both free throws, but only one of them counts. It should be 60-47. It is. One of the Calgary players got in the lane early. Keyshawn Hall front court. Hall top of the key. Hall kicks the ball right side to Gilbert. Gilbert to the foul line, spins, comes in the lane. Floater is good. What a tough, aggressive move by Gilbert. 62-47. Rebels back out in front by 15. In the front court, Bales. Bales on the left side, watched by Parquet. Bales comes down the left side. Rebels double team him. And now he traveled. And that's one thing Kevin Kruger said the Rebels did well yesterday, that double team that they like to do when the ball goes down, when they are able to force the ball down in the corner. The difference is they force it down there a lot more often today.
Yeah, you got to be able to force it there in the first place. Yesterday they were forcing it straight line drive, and that's the one issue that you couldn't have.
All right, timeout on the floor. Rebels up 62-47 late here in the third quarter. You're listening to Runnin' Rebel Basketball from Learfield. Fans, remember, go to www.belllimousine.com. The next time you need a limo, SUV, charter, or party bus, belllimousine.com. Rebels with the ball up 62-48 in the front court, and Keyshawn Hall traveled starting his dribble. Just got a little bit quick there. What do they say? Be quick, but not in a hurry.
Okay.
Don't rush. And Keyshawn was anxious to get moving.
Yeah.
So I guess they counted that second free throw for some reason. 62-48, under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tezo down the right side, has the ball deflected out of bounds by the aggressive defense of Luis Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the transfer from the University of Mississippi, is as versatile a player as the Rebels have had in a long time. Inbounds pass to Wharton. Wharton comes down the right side, has the ball knocked away by Keyshawn Gilbert. Keyshawn, great pass up ahead to Rodriguez for the slam dunk. What a terrific play, and now a out-of-bounds violation by Calgary, 64-48 Rebels. Great defense by Keyshawn Gilbert, and a great pass to a streaking Luis Rodriguez for the dunk.
Defense leads the offense. And again, you're going to get a lot of those opportunities, especially when you got Keyshawn Gilbert on the floor. And you've got guys like Luis Rodriguez, Elijah Parquette, Shane Noel able to run the lanes.
Someone was having fun with the buzzer over there. The young lady working the scoreboard was a little bit chagrined as it kept going off and off. All right, inbounds pass to Jackie Johnson. Lost the ball out of his hands. Wharton comes away with it. Head to Bales. Bales lays it up and in. Thought for a minute Parquet was going to come from behind and swat it, but he let it go. 64-50. Unforced error there. Cost the Rebels a bucket. Jackie in the front court. Jackie top of the key. Comes down the left side against Wharton. Gets fouled, and he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Oh, man. Tezo and Wharton, they probably aren't not the quickest guy on the floor ever. And the fact that they're not even close in terms of the quickness, it's got to be frustrating.
Yeah, the buzzer's going off. The young lady just tried to crawl under the scorer's table over there because of all the sound it's making. The official comes over and says, "Cut it out." She says, "Believe me, I'm not trying to do it on purpose." And you know, to be fair, I think
it's an exhibition for everybody.
It's an exhibition for everybody, but also just comparing last night to tonight, both the Rebels' condition is obviously different, but I think the teams are different. I think UBC is a stronger, deeper team than Calgary, at least on first impression. So let's be clear about that. But the Rebels are certainly playing much better tonight as Johnson knocks down the free throw 65-50.
I'm also curious, though, like you said, these guys traveled to Costa Rica. I'm assuming that was within the last 3 to 4 weeks.
It was within the last 2 weeks.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, you've got to factor that in. So this is their 6th game. I mean, So, again, a lot of factors that go into these situations, and they had to travel 2 hours on a flight from Calgary to here.
Yeah. Now Luis Rodriguez knocks the ball away and heads the other way. He falls down, and Wharton comes away with it. Passes up head to Tezo. Tezo underneath lays it in. So getting a little ragged at this point. 66-52 Rebels. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCabe front court, and a whistle away from the ball. They're concerned with
mop it up.
Some
moisture on the floor.
Your favorite word.
No, it's just a good word. Okay. It's a great word when you talk about cookies.
Well, actually, I like crisp. I like my chocolate chip cookies crisp, unless they're right out of the oven.
Well, yeah. Who wants to eat cookies that are just sitting in the Tupperware all night?
Yeah, I know, but you know they advertise those soft baked ones. Jordan McCabe drives right side, gives a little head fake and lays it in. A little shake and bake for Jordan. 68-52. In the front court, Wharton with the ball right side, watched by Johnson. Throws it out top, ball knocked away, stolen by McCabe. McCabe on the left side. Had Keyshawn Hall, didn't see him. Nice pass underneath to Parquet. Parquet lays it in. Jordan McCabe helping the Rebels extend the lead 70-52 as they've cranked up the defensive intensity once again. Minute 15 to go in the quarter. Tezo comes down the right side. Back out to Wharton. Wharton launches a 3 air ball. And Rodriguez hustling comes away with it, but gets banged out of bounds. Turns to the official, said, "He pushed me out of bounds." The official said, "I don't care how you got there. You just wound up out of bounds." Luis will go to the bench. Had a terrific stretch there. Keyshawn Hall as well. Webster back in along with Noel. Tezo, right side to Wharton. Wharton on the baseline. Hook pass out to Tezo. Tezo comes in the lane. Tezo just bowls his way over Parquet. Ball is grabbed by Kalambe, and he kind of flips the ball over the rim into the basket. We were busy watching Parquet get knocked down. Parquet on the left side, drives in the lane. Parquet underneath, gets fouled, lays it in. Basket counts and one.
I mean, the Rebels go 5 guards here on the floor. I mean, you've got Shane Noel, who's the tallest guy out there.
And Kevin Kruger just experimenting, just seeing the different combinations.
It doesn't hurt.
One of the things that you love about this Rebel team is the versatility. Kevin's got 4 or 5 guys who can play multiple positions and multiple roles. Keyshawn Hall can play multiple roles. Parquet, Noel, Rodriguez. Parquet misses the free throw, but Jackie Johnson, smallest guy on the floor, grabs the rebound, got fouled, but it wasn't called, and then he got knocked out of bounds.
And then you add to that, E.J. Harkless. I mean, a guy that everybody raves about, not just within the program, but outside of the program, what he did in the Big 12 at Oklahoma. And having a chance to sit with him yesterday on the bus afterwards, the kid understands the game. He knows what's going on, and he knows he had a reason as to why they played what he thought they needed to do better. To have a guy like that who's going to have that experience and keep the guys very grounded and level-headed.
Yeah, he's going to wind up, I think, being one of the real leaders on this team.
Oh, for sure.
Tazo
he
drives.
Already is, and he's not even got on the court with them yet.
I think you're right. Tazo drives and lays it in. 72-56. Rebels will play for a final shot. Shot clock is off. 16 seconds to go. Webster out top to McCabe. McCabe backs away. Calls out the play. McCabe gets a pick, comes left side, gets tripped. It wasn't called. McCabe backs away with 5 seconds. Jordan backs away again, fakes a 3, and gets fouled.
Got him.
And Sabaliauskas got some of Jordan's shoulder in his midsection. And Jordan will shoot 3 free throws with no time on the clock here at the end of the third quarter. 72-56. And Sabaliauskas, insult to injury there. The foul, and he drew the foul, or McCabe drew the foul by pump faking, and then Sabaliauskas kind of jumped into him as Jordan leaned in and caught him in the midsection.
And I'm going to give Jordan McCabe a shout-out, kind of a homecoming for him. I didn't know that he's lived in Seattle for 3 years. He lived in Seattle at 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, he said. His dad worked for Costco. And came back and they moved to the West Coast to do some corporate stuff. And he said he played for Seattle Rotary. Obviously, the team that knew assistant coach Jamal Williams ran that program for years. Obviously, way after Jordan was in town. But again, being on the road with these guys, you learn something new. And we learned that as we were walking through the airport on Tuesday.
Yeah, Jordan talking about it. He knocks down all 3 free throws, and that will, I guess, end the third quarter. 75-56. So the Rebels at the end of the third quarter stretch what was an 11-point halftime lead to a 19-point advantage here at the end of the third quarter. 75-56 Rebels. You're listening to Runnin' Rebel Basketball on the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield. All right, back here in Vancouver, Rebels start the fourth quarter with a 19-point lead over Calgary. Calgary with the ball, Wharton in the left corner. Wharton brings it back out. Mooka watching the little guard. Wharton drives. Puts it up in the air. Ball deflected by McCabe, taken by Webster. Justin quickly in the front court. Middle of the floor, down the right side. Lays it up, no good. Justin did everything right but convert. Gives the ball to Smith. Wharton on the left side out to Sabaliauskas. Open for a 3, missed it. And the rebound to Jackie Johnson. Jackie into the front court. Out top left side. He'll launch a 3. That's short. David Mooka out-battles Smith, just takes the ball away from him and lays it in. Smith really doesn't have any chance there. David's got 4 or 5 inches on him. Ball in the corner, Tazo to Sabaliauskas, floater no good. Rebound taken Shane Noel. Shane will head up the floor. Shane in the middle of the floor, drives down the left side. Shane puts up with the right hand and in. Nice play, Shane Noel.
Again, multiple guys that can play multiple positions. Multiple guys can bring the ball up.
79-56. Rebels with a 23-point lead now. Tazo gets the ball to Smith in the corner. Cross-court pass Johnstone. Out to Wharton. Head fake. Steps inside for a 15-foot jumper, and he knocks it down. 8:35 to go. 79-58. What an incredibly valuable experience it is. And you made a great point talking about the difference between the trips Lon Kruger brought his teams on and the trip Kevin Kruger's bringing his team on. 8 new guys on this trip, as Jackie Johnson has the ball swiped away as he went up for a shot by Tazo. Tazo feeds Wharton for the layup.
I think on that trip we came up here with Lon in 2004. I think it was 4 new guys. Myself, Dustin Villapek, Joel Anthony, and Slicky Ricky Morgan.
Yeah.
I mean, then you bring back the rest of the crew. Just completely different in terms of what you're trying to accomplish in the guys that you have.
And which is why the Rebels are treating this very much like a business trip.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, they're practicing tomorrow on the off day. Justin Webster on the left side, 79-60. Justin drives and gets called for a charge, I would imagine. Oh, no, they're calling a block. Wow. All right. Justin will be the beneficiary of that. The Keyshawn's check in. Hall and Gilbert.
Big key, little key.
Big key, little key. Major and minor. I like that word. Major key, minor key. Mwoka and McCabe to the bench. And there's an example, again, of the versatility. So you've got McCabe, a point guard, being replaced by Keyshawn Gilbert, and David Mwoka, a 5, being replaced by Keyshawn Hall, who could pretty much play 1 through 5.
Oh, he definitely can. That's for sure. And I think, again, that just goes to show this kid's only a freshman. And like I said, we talked about, he's even since he's been here, I think he says he lost a ton of weight, getting in better
15
shape.
15 pounds.
And just learning the game, the speed at which he has to play, and then how hard he has to play every night.
Both free throws made by Webster. Tazo drives, and he gets fouled. Foul on Hall, fouling from behind. He will shoot free throws. Rodriguez and Parquet in, Noel and McCabe out.
Are we gonna discuss what Mr. Roberts shared with us in terms of like the hunting of a Bigfoot though?
Yeah. Okay.
I want to get to that.
All right.
I've been biting my tongue here. For
81-60. Okay. No one is going to go Sasquatch hunting. Okay.
And hey, we're in Canada,
and it's illegal.
I know, but
Mr. Roberts told us, and that implies that
somebody's done it before.
Well, no. What it implies to me is
Sasquatch is real.
That his son has been referred to in that way at some point, and that's not nice.
I think both of my statements are accurate though as well. That
And
somebody's done it. That Sasquatch is real.
Oh, there's no question Sasquatch is real.
Can we point out though that his dad's a DJ too though?
Oh, cool.
I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. I wish my birthday was this weekend. We could have had a party bus from Bell, and we could have had Mr. Roberts come down and DJ for us.
Absolutely. 81-61, Rebels by 20. The thing about all of these, Sasquatch and all of that is Webster drives, got knocked down, and a foul called on Calgary. Okay, so
careful where you go here because this is my kind of stuff.
Sasquatch and the Yeti and the Loch Ness Monster.
Right.
They've been legends for years, right? For a long time.
Right.
Either they're not real,
or they are, and they're just really good at hide and seek.
And they live forever.
Legends never die.
Okay.
Like in the Sandlot.
Okay.
Right.
Keyshawn Hall with the ball out top. Keyshawn dribbling out top on Salabasket. Pass underneath to Webster. Nice catch by Justin. He turns and lays it in.
It's also like aliens, right? So I picked up Miles and Preston from school the other day.
Oh, Keyshawn Gilbert almost steals the ball from Tazo from behind, knocked it out of
so
bounds.
Miles got to stop hanging out with Big Kurt, with G-Paw, because he gets in the car and says, Dad, do you believe in aliens? I'm like, whoa. That's a tough one. He's like, I do. I'm like, all right, well, I don't not believe in them, but I do believe in them. So I'm kind of on the fence. You got to convince me.
Is this Miles, your
this
son,
is Miles,
or is this your father?
My son.
Okay.
Oh, Grandpa's 100% in on those aliens.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like, Miles, he's like, well, I got this book from the library. I'm like, oh, gosh.
No.
Because in elementary school library, everything should be factual.
Ooh. Wharton and Keyshawn Gilbert go up for a rebound, and Keyshawn hit the deck hard. Keyshawn comes away with the ball. I think they're going to call a foul on Wharton. And they do. So it'll be Rebel basketball. 6:49 to go, 83-61.
And Miles is like, well, I read this book and all these different things. They're saying that people have sightings of them. They're talking about the cornfields and all the designs cutting in them. And I'm like, he's like, but then he said that, and I haven't verified this, but he said that some former president made a report that he was abducted by aliens.
You know what?
I know, but I'm like, this is the type of stuff that my kid's reading in the school library.
President of what? That's the
question. He said the United States president.
No, he just said president. He didn't say what. He could have been president of the Stamp Club or something.
He told me United States president. I was like, well, Miles, you need to check that book out so Dad can verify it because some stuff I'm on board with, but that's a little far-fetched.
Tazo launches an air ball. 6:20 to go. Back to reality. 83-61. Pretty soon, Art Bell's going to take over the play-by-play. Keyshawn Gilbert back out to Keyshawn Hall. Wide open for a three. Instead, he drives, puts it up. Roberts stands his ground. The big man affects the shot. and Calgary the other way. This has turned into somewhat of an open gym run game. As Tazo drives, Tazo lays it up and in. Nice play, splitting the defense. And he'll have a free throw and a chance for a three-point play, 83-63, with 5:58 to go in the fourth quarter. Rebels off tomorrow, and then back in action on Friday night, the third of this three-game exhibition swing over in Abbotsford against University of Fraser Valley, the Cascades.
Rebels are going to practice tomorrow. Me and Mr. John Sandler are going to go do some
we are going to
Bigfoot sighting.
We're going to do some sightseeing.
Bigfoot sightseeing.
Yeah. Only if there's a local craft brewery that makes something called Bigfoot.
I wonder for Abbotsford, is that closer like to the wilderness? Are we going to be able to maybe see a Bigfoot sighting there?
The only Bigfoot is David Mocha's shoes. Keyshawn Hall, a three. Is good. Nice shot by Major Key. 86-64, 5:35 to go. Bales front court. You hear Keyshawn Gilbert talking as he runs by. Rebels have communicated much better on defense in this game. And now Tazo has it knocked away by Luis Rodriguez, who's as active as Keyshawn Gilbert. Ball into Roberts. Roberts steps through, and the big man lays it in. Way to go. Spencer knocking it down for Pops.
Yeah, Big Spencer played at Northern Arizona, right?
Yes, he did.
Transferred and went to the College of Southern Idaho.
Luis Rodriguez for a three.
And now back home playing for the Dinos, which is probably the best nickname in college sports.
It's pretty darn good.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know why they're called the Dinos? Is Gilbert steals a pass, heads into the front court. Gilbert underneath to Webster, lays it up and in.
I don't.
Alberta has some of the richest dinosaur fossil deposits in the world.
Oh, okay.
Some of the most amazing dinosaur fossils ever found have been found in the province of Alberta.
Oh.
The same reason they have so much oil and the oil sands in Alberta.
Didn't we just learn though that they have to? They can't even.
Yeah. We're not going into where they refine and
they can't
why
even refine their own oil. They got to send it across
folks,
the border.
If you're upset about gas prices in Vegas, gas prices here in Vancouver are close to $10 a gallon. $10 a gallon.
I'd be walking. I'd be like Fred Flintstone.
You'd be on W.
Yeah. Sherry'd let me know. I'd be on double W.
Tazo kicks the ball out to Johnstone, and Johnstone took his eye off the ball, and it winds up on the bench. Rebels up 91-66, 4:33 to go in the fourth quarter. 25-point lead for UNLV. Keyshawn Gilbert into the front court. Keyshawn down the left side, all the way under, lays it up with the left-handed in. 93-60.
His handle's just improved, too. His handle, his speed of play, understanding how fast he needs to go or slow down, controlling the pace.
Tazo the other way with a three. The Rebels with 93 points have one guy in double figures.
Yeah, Jackie, the rest of them is pretty
Jackie's
balanced.
got 17. Everybody else is just filling it up, and that's what the Rebels are going to need this year.
Right.
You might have one guy get 12 or 15 in a game, but you're not going to have the Bryce Hamilton, 30-plus point effort on a regular basis.
I think those days are over for a while.
Well,
but they were fun to watch.
Oh, they were awesome. But it's not the character of this team.
No.
That being said, this team may be more talented and certainly more balanced. On
both they're going to have to be more balanced because, again, you don't have a guy like that. But you got
multiple
guys that can come out that can get you 10 to 12 every night. And right now, that's what they're doing. You might have one guy that's hot or feeling it early, like Jackie was, like you said. It's going to be a fun team to watch, to continue to grow because, again, it's only August 17th.
Absolutely.
School hasn't even started yet.
Gilbert dribbles through a double team and puts in a teardrop. Keyshawn putting on an exhibition, 97-72. After the three made in the front court by Calgary. 3:10 to go. Johnstone into the lane, has it knocked away and stolen by Parquet. Parquet front court, up ahead to Gilbert. Lob to Luis Rodriguez, and he gets fouled by Bales. Great recognition by Gilbert and Rodriguez there. And, you'd think, okay, Kevin Kruger, you can empty your bench now. And he will bring Cameron Burrist in. But everybody's been playing. Exactly. Burrist is going to get in the game for the first time on this trip, as the Rebels have built a 25-point lead. 3:01 to go, and a timeout has been called. We'll take a break. 3:01 to go. Rebels in control, 97-72. You listen to Runnin Rebel Basketball from Learfield. Fans, remember, the Rebels return to the Thomas & Mack this season starting in November. Come on out. Get your season tickets at new low prices. That's right, season tickets much more affordable for the Runnin Rebels this year, something that Kevin Kruger has been trying to get done, and thanks to Athletic Director Eric Harper and company for making it happen. Call 739-FANS for information and get season tickets for this Runnin Rebel team. I'm telling you, last night, a bit of an aberration. Small sample size to say the least. Yeah. And this is going to be a fun team to watch as they come together this year. Still only August, as we said. 98-72 as Rodriguez made one of two. Under 3 minutes to go. Tezo on the right side. Throws it out to Wharton. Wharton gets behind a pick, shoots a three off the glass, no good. Noel up ahead to Keyshawn Hall. Keyshawn fumbled the ball out of bounds, then just kind of threw it behind him, and it goes right to one of the Calgary players, Sabaliauskas. Stops, shoots a two. That's short. He's exhausted. Noel the other way. Noel, left side to Hall. Hall feeds burst. Out to McCabe. Pass underneath. Johnson trying to hit Keyshawn Hall, and Keyshawn kind of mistimed his jump, and the ball sails out of bounds. Curtis, just like we made the point, don't make too much out of last night. Also treat this one.
Again, like we said, the bright spots for me tonight was the guys were coming out, were much more active. They were talking on defense. They were showing early help. They were in spots for the rotations, and their legs didn't look as tired.
Yeah.
And so again, I'm not putting more weight on this one than any other game because again, it is only August 17th. But just seeing that growth and those guys taking those steps and doing tonight what they've been doing in the course of the practice and workouts, it's good to see.
And taking what the coaches said, as Cameron Burst will shoot a three from the right side, and Cam knocks it down. I always love to see the walk-on get a bucket. Tezo the other way, throws up an air ball. Keyshawn Hall grabs it. Rebels with 101 points, 101-72, with 1:35 to go. Keyshawn Hall going to go behind the back, puts up with the left hand. He lost the ball out of his hands as it flies over the rim. Made a great move, but had the ball lost, and now a kicked ball in the front court with 1:27 to go. Yeah, the thing you love is about what you see today is the Rebel players took the message that was delivered, as we mentioned, sort of sternly but relatively quietly, and they've applied it very well in this game. Sabaliauskas gets inside, has it knocked away. It rolls out to Johnstone. Wharton in the corner, open for a three. That's no good. Burst with the rebound. Cameron just hit a three to put the Rebels over the century mark. Gets the ball to McCabe. McCabe on the left side, out top to Noel. Shane, one dribble, shoots a three straight away. That's short. And with a minute to go, Rebels are going to win this one easily over Calgary, and we'll look forward to the trip to Abbotsford on Friday. Pass deflected by Johnson, but it gets to Wharton. Wharton comes down the left side, throws a cross-court pass to Tezo. Tezo, 16-foot jumper, air ball. As I think both teams are kind of tired. Baseball pass up ahead to McCabe. McCabe open for a three. Jordan knocks it down.
Jordan.
He tried to give the ball to Burris. They covered him. Left Jordan alone. He knocked down the three. 104-72. Stay tuned. On our wrap-up show, we'll hear from Kevin Kruger, get Kevin's impressions of this one, and Sabaliauskas knocks it down. Want to thank Sasquatch himself, Big Ed Roberts, for entertaining us tonight. Hope your son has a great year, and you get a chance to enjoy it with him. McCabe, with 8 seconds to go. McCabe gets under the basket, flips an underhand pass to Burris. Burris, stop and pop shot. I think it was after the buzzer. It was short anyway. So with 3 seconds to go, Calgary will have one final possession. Rebels up 30, 104-74. We'll visit with head coach Kevin Kruger on our wrap-up show. Rebels much, much better in all facets tonight. We'll get Coach Kruger's impressions as the Rebels take care of the Dinos, run away with it in the second half after building an 11-point halftime lead, and they come away with a 104-74 victory, a 30-point win. Game 2 of this exhibition. Road trip. We'll have our third game on Friday night against the University of Fraser Valley. But stay tuned. Runnin Rebel wrap-up comes up next. Rebels win at 104-74. You're listening to Runnin Rebel Basketball, the UNLV Sports Network from Learfield.